Yes, I mean, what Neville said reminded me of this cliche, men don't cry. And I remember once interacting with the CEO, and I, out of the blue, asked him the question, when was the last time you cried? And, he was kind of stumped, and that's a weird question. I said, hold on a second. It's a very real question. Are you telling me that you've never cried? So he reflected and said, well, if you put it that way, of course I have. I'm human. I said, oh, fine. What was the occasion? Don't have to go into the details, but can you recall the occasion and what was causing you to feel that way? And he said that when I'm torn between work priorities and my family commitments, and I don't know what to do, I go into the bathroom and I cry. And I said, what happened subsequently? He said, I feel relieved. so that is one recollection that I do want to share. And I think, yes, it's very true that even I, as a man, have had great difficulty expressing my emotions in my early years. And in the last 7 to 10 years, I must say that I have, when I saw the title, Accepting and Balancing Emotions, I felt that this was very apt, because the word balance suggests that there is a wobble in life. And it only when there is a wobble that you need balance. And the wobble is between emotions which are, let's say, joyful, curious, inquisitive, loving, or violated, jealous, furious, provoked, withdrawn. So these are, we as humans are feeling beings. And as feeling beings, it's very, very true that all kinds of feelings will come our way, some that we desire and others that we don't. But they will come our way, because being alive truly exposes us to all kinds of experiences which trigger a variety of emotions within us. And this accepting and acknowledging these emotions is hugely important. And it reminds me of another metaphor, which is that of an artist and a color palette. So in his one hand, he has this palette of colors. Those colors to me are emotions. And the artist is not only accepting those colors, but is balancing them in order to create a visual that is a reflection of what's in his or her mind. And I feel that in recognizing our own emotions, we can make our lives so much better in terms of relationships. Because when we honestly communicate what we are feeling to our partners and our colleagues, it builds a bond which is much stronger, because it requires a candor. It requires us to put our egos aside and acknowledge that I'm feeling bitter or humiliated or let down. Because unless you state that, you come across as a very cold, insensitive monster. So it's important that you show your vulnerability. It's not easy to do it. And I do recall that in a marital situation, the husband also was struggling, and he was advised that when you meet your wife next time, let her know exactly what you have felt. Do not blame her for it, but let her know what you have been feeling. And he took that advice and sat her down and literally spoke to her and said, lately I've been feeling rejected, I've been feeling distant, I've been feeling let down, withdrawn, in fact, furious at times, jealous. And the lady, listening to him, was in a state of shock. Have I caused all this to you? And he said, no. I just wanted you to be aware that this is what I've been feeling. And it brought them closer to each other. So acceptance and sharing of what one is feeling and having the vocabulary to be able to pinpoint the emotions you're experiencing at any given time is vital. It's emotional literacy, as Daniel Goleman talks about. If I'm not able to express what I'm feeling, then I will not be able to put across a cogent idea in an effective manner. And I feel that in music, you find that there's a very strong interplay between the notes and the highs and lows in whatever genre you're listening to, and the emotions that you experience. Some sounds evoke the pathos in us, the very sad and very melancholy kind of factors. And other songs make us joyous and excited and inspired. So there's a lot to be said for emotions, because without emotions, I feel our life is tasteless. And if there is no taste, there is no reason for living, really. And we want to take the good with the bad and understand that whatever is happening to us, it's really helping us appreciate the other side. So if I've never seen sadness, I'll never know joy. If I have never seen anger, I'll never know calm. So it's really one of those things that we need to accept and indeed balance.